Well, hi there. Today, I want to talk about back tattoos. More specifically, is getting a back tattoo right for you? When it comes to back tattoos, there are a few things to consider. Some things that I can't help you answer. Are you okay with having a tattoo that you can only see in a photo or a mirror? Are you okay with having a tattoo that other people can see better than you? If you can answer yes to both of those questions, we can move on to our 5 categories. We give back tattoos a score of 2.3 out of 5 based on handleability, care, longevity, visibility, and upfront costs. For handleability, we give back tattoos a score of 2 out of 5. I haven't personally gotten tattooed in every area that is notoriously painful. Getting my back tattooed was one of the hardest tattoos I've had to sit for personally, and I think it would be the same for you. I didn't consider this before getting my back tattooed, or at least I didn't consider this until the night of my back tattoo. Half of your ribcage is your back. So getting tattooed on your ribcage is very painful. It's hard to breathe through it. Every time you breathe, it feels like the needle is going deeper into your back. And when you're not tattooing directly on your ribcage, you're probably tattooing on your spine or your hips. And then if you're not tattooing there, you might be tattooing on your butt. And that is way more painful than you would anticipate. It feels very sharp. There is one area that's okay on the back, right between where your butt starts and your rib cage ends. Right there, that's like your sweet spot. That'll be the one spot where you finally feel like you can breathe again and you're not potentially directly on your spine. So take that as you will. And then your shoulder blades aren't so bad either. But still, shoulder blades can hurt for some people. So just be aware that this will definitely be one of your most painful tattoos, especially the bigger you get it. There's really no distracting you because you're laying down on your stomach. You can't really talk to anybody because you're face down. You can't see anything in the shop. You're staring down at the floor. Just be aware, this has to be a tattoo you're committed to. Don't just get this because you think it looks cool. Get it because you know that this is what you want. You have to want it to be able to sit through it. Pain is only temporary. Taking care of your tattoo will be no easy task. You finally sat through this massive back piece and you're victoriously going home. Now you have to think, how am I gonna sleep on this thing? How am I gonna wash it? How am I gonna put lotion on it? And how on earth am I gonna dry it between those 2 steps? I had a lot of stiffness right after getting my tattoo, and I found it even harder than usual to reach certain spots of my back. I was cramping up a lot when trying to reach certain areas. Now I can reach them just fine, but just the day after, you're gonna be super sore. I mean, you've just been jabbed with needles for how many hours? For me, it was 6.5 to 7. So you're gonna be really sore. It's not gonna be so easy. You're gonna feel like your entire back is bruised and burned. So washing it would probably be better with somebody else. And are you comfortable with having someone else wash your naked back? I just kind of poured my antibacterial soap down my back and just sprayed it with like a high intensity pressure on my shower head. That was literally the only way I was able to wash my entire back. I would make sure that you're in a position where you could potentially have somebody wash your back for you or wash certain areas of your back for you. Pat that tattoo dry for you because you can't use a towel when it comes to taking care of your tattoos. You want to use something that's sanitary. You want to use paper towels. Obviously, we know paper towels are pretty short. For me, the only way that I was able to dry my tattoo after a shower was to grab a roll of paper towels and use 3 paper towels that were linked together still and just kind of like pull them flat on my back and just like kept going. Not ideal. And again, if you're on the stiffer side, this might not be possible for you. A lot of times when I had to go to work, I just had to let my tattoo dry out during the day, which was incredibly itchy and incredibly irritating. I felt like my back was crunchy and tight, and it made my back even more stiff because of how tight my back felt. You ever have chapped lips where when you smile, you can feel all the cracks and sometimes your lips start to bleed? That's how your back feels if you can't put lotion on it. If I had another person that could have been there for me every single morning when I washed my tattoo, that would have been wonderful. So for care, we give back tattoos a score of 1 out of 5. For longevity, we give it a score of 4.5 out of 5. The longevity of your tattoos will of course always be determined based on your lifestyle. So obviously, if you're out and about with your shirt off on the beach all day, your tattoos won't last. None of your tattoos are gonna last. Your shoulders will potentially be exposed on occasion. Your neck can be exposed on occasion. Your midriff can be exposed on occasion. It depends on the kind of clothing that you wear. For longevity, it's pretty good. You know, we give it a 4.5 out of 5, which is probably one of the best scores we're gonna get here. For visibility, we give it a score of 3 out of 5. Keep in mind that the way we score visibility is strictly based on how visible this tattoo is. Whether it being a super visible tattoo is good for you is based on your life. Visibility is tricky with this tattoo. Much like the forearm, this tattoo can be as visible or as invisible as you want. A back tattoo is one of those things that kind of poke out of clothing, like I said in longevity. So you might have to alter the way you dress if this is a tattoo that you want. If you're someone that does wear crop tops, if you're someone that wears tank tops, if you're someone who wears dresses a lot, it depends on what kind of things that you're wearing. This tattoo could be accidentally shown without you even knowing. You could be wearing a low back one-piece bathing suit to try and be conservative around your family, and then all of a sudden, maybe the bottom of your butt cheek's coming out, and you could see that there's a flower on there. Maybe the back of that one piece goes a little too low. Maybe you forgot that you can't go shirtless anymore, and now all of a sudden your whole back is out because this isn't a tattoo that you're gonna see a lot. This is more of a tattoo that's for others than it is for you. It's for you in the sense that, like, you know you have it and no one can take that away from you, but it's for others in the sense that they could see it better than you can. So you might not even know you're showing it and other people are gonna see it. If that's a problem for you, then maybe don't get this tattoo. But for the most part, this can be a very invisible tattoo, but overall, it still gets a 3 out of 5. Back tattoos are by far the most expensive tattoos you could possibly get. This is the most surface area that you can put into one piece, unless you're doing a bunch of individual pieces. I don't generally recommend getting multiple pieces on your back because it is such a large area that putting a bunch of pieces together on a back, unless it's a patchwork like bodysuit, then it's kind of wasted. This is one of the few areas that you can kind of go balls to the walls. You can do as much as you want, put as much detail into something, go as big as you possibly can. If you're gonna get something small, either make sure it's able to be covered down the line when you do eventually decide to get a full back piece, or get it in a way that you could still get other pieces. I kind of shot myself in the foot by getting a mandala between my shoulder blades because I cut off the ability to get a full back piece. Where if I hadn't done that, I could get something super symmetrical. If I didn't get anything on my rib cage, I can go even bigger with my back piece if I wanted to. So these are things that you have to consider when even like thinking about the upfront costs. Do you need to get laser removal for any of those tattoos that you already have before you get this back piece? Do you have to get any cover-ups, or is that back piece going to be part of your cover-up? That's probably going to cost you more. This is one of those pieces that you should really be saving up for now if you ever are thinking of getting one. This is something that's going to take multiple sessions. Not everyone can sit for 7-8 hours. You're gonna have to break this up, and each appointment is going to cost you a lot of money, so make sure you're saving for it in between each appointment. Don't just think, oh, well, I paid $1,000 now, I'm not gonna have to pay $1,000 next time. You might have to pay $1,000 next time, you might have to pay $12 next time. Just be aware that this is most definitely the most expensive tattoo you can get, so make sure you're ready for this financially. Tattoos are not worth ruining your financial stability. And for these reasons, we give upfront costs a score of 1 out of 5. This tattoo is definitely something that is worth your money, but if you don't have that money saved in advance, this might not be the tattoo for you. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting down below. If you feel like we didn't cover everything that you need to know about back tattoos in this video, we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can.